little bit more about that. What's that mean out there on the court?
I mean, like obviously I'm a freshman, so this is just a new thing. So he just tell me be smart, don't force it, take what's given to you. Basically, that's it. Like just be smart, don't force anything, play within yourself.
How much more comfortable do you feel now than you might have in your first few games?
I mean, I feel really comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I belong. Even from the first game, I felt pretty comfortable. It was a little adjustment, but I still felt comfortable. But now I'm into it.
And did the veteran guys on this team, do they tell you what a win over Cincinnati would mean? You know, that's a team that has beaten WSU 6 straight times. They've never beaten, Cincinnati at Coke Arena. So did is that a big deal coming into this game? That it's like, hey, let's beat these guys at home.
Yes, sir. We literally was just talking about that. We celebrated. I was surprised. They said they never beat them. So I was like, wow. So we got to go out and get this win, and it was definitely big, for sure.
And you feel like how much a win like this, how much can that help just the mentality? Obviously you guys picked up a couple big ones on the road to win against Cincinnati at home. Do you feel like the mentality is just, what's it like right now?
I mean, we're just trying to win every game. Houston, we came up short, but we definitely felt like we could have won that game, and we just got to move forward, take it game by game. Next is Tulsa. We already played them, so we know what to do, and we just got to keep pushing.
Would you say that there's one of the older guys that have taken you under their wing, or just somebody who's kind of um, just helped you kind of get more comfortable with the program?
Definitely Dex. For one, he's in my position, and we're similar in a lot of ways. So, first of all, I watch him, and then if I have questions, I'm gonna ask. I'm not scared to ask. So, I would literally just ask him a question on defense the other day because I'm just trying to get better at that. So yeah, definitely Dex, Mo, or really all the vets, but more Dex than others. Yeah.
And take me through that mindset after Altry got that steal, pass ahead to you, wide open court, no one in front of you. You have that Showtime dunk. What's that feeling like? What's going through your head when you're, going to the basket? What's that feeling like a fast break dunk like that?
I mean, I was definitely happy to get a fast break. I don't think I really got many this season so far. I always wanted a fast break, so yeah, that was nice. I was locked in on defense, got the steal, and finished.
Get it.
All right, Tyson Etienne. Questions?
Tyson, you've been around the program to know what a win over Cincinnati means, especially at home, something that you guys have never done before. So just kind of put it in perspective, how big is this for you guys?
Uh, Huge win for us, being that we've never beat them at home since we've been in the American Conference, and being that we lost in the fashion that we did both times last year. For us to pull out a win versus them was a huge thing, especially it being the first home game during conference. It was a big statement win for us.
And the guy like Ricky Council, kind of some new blood. Obviously, you guys have a kind of a new core this year. You feel like with that new blood, guys like Ricky, that was kind of a focus today. Is hey, this is a new team. Like we can't worry about what happened in the past.
Yeah, we can't worry about that. Ricky coming up, stepping up, cues off the bench. It's good. Going to the game, Cincinnati has scouting report. On myself and other players that usually carry a lot of our scoring load. For Ricky to come off the bench and play the way he did was amazing. I'm not surprised because I see him do it every single day in practice. But it's good for him going into the rest of the conference schedule and for our team because we're going to need those type of games from different people. And Ricky was the one that stepped up today.
And you'd mentioned just how big it is to beat Cincinnati, but I guess bigger picture too, it snaps a 12-game losing streak against Houston and Cincinnati, the people that you guys were 0-12 against the two top teams in the AAC over the past few years. So what does that show that you guys, are maybe turning that corner and going to be a team to be reckoned with in the AAC in that sense?
Yeah, we are. I've said it before. we're going to keep taking everything one game at a time. But, we're focusing on what we got to focus on, locking into the scouts, whoever is next on our schedule. Cincinnati was a team that was up today, and we followed the scout, and we took care of business today. So I'm content with that.
And then did you have a shoe malfunction at halftime? Anything that went into helping you get knocked down some shots in the second half?
Nah, just my mind, just telling myself just to play the game, get my teammates open. I'll draw a lot of attention, just make plays, don't force anything. I was able to get it going because we need to get certain buckets at certain times, but nothing about the shoes.
Okay, wasn't sure.
I didn't like how it was looking on my feet in the first half.
Tyson, Ricky seems like a pretty confident player. Was he like that, from the first time you saw him this summer? What's kind of his progression been like in that way?
Yeah, he's always had confidence. If you were on the court when we were going into certain times during the game, I just kept telling him to go, scratch the play, go attack, because he's so strong and he's such a good finisher. We needed that in a time like that. So I'm not surprised, like I said, because he does this all the time. It's been good to see all of our freshmen's growth. Jaden and Chauncey haven't been able to see the floor that much yet, but everybody's growing. Even myself, the rest of the guys that are older, we're all, coming along and getting better in different aspects of our game.
You're saying you told him to kind of just freelance, break off the play and go because you had that
Yeah,
kind of confidence.
I felt confident in him versus matchup and, getting downhill, especially, times that we were in a bonus. If he didn't make the layup, he'd at least get fouled. So it's just knowing certain, nuances of the game. And I just told him that, especially he's a younger player, so he might not have picked up on that. But, I just kept telling him, go.
And Tyson, how tough it is finishing around the rim as a freshman in the American. So what makes Ricky so good? I mean, it seems like he's really transitioned really well, finishing with contact, finishing around the rim. What makes him so good at that?
Super strong. He's a freak athlete. I'm going to say that. Probably the most athletic player I've ever played with. So that's why he knows how to use his body, knows how to hang in the air. And, you'll continue to see nice finishes from him. And, we're going to keep it going. We can't hide him anymore.
Hey, Tyson, there was a moment in the first half, Wichita State went on a run and Cincinnati had to call timeout. The fans got to their feet. Did it feel at all like there was a crowd? It was kind of that was a factor today?
Yeah, today I felt like the crowd was very included. I was, thankful for that. Everybody showing their support, especially in a game like this when, it helps to have some type of home court advantage. So for our fans to, be there how they were today was big for us. And, we kind of fed off that at certain points during the game. So, yeah, I definitely felt that. Helped us get wins, helped us stay on a long scoring runs and, keeping the pressure on the defensive end.
Anybody else for Tyson? Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See you again.
All right, Morris Udeze. The North Gold is still shaking from his first half run. Questions?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that play. You set a hard screen, you send him to the ground, you get the back. I mean, just looked like everything there was, powerful, aggressive. Do you feel like is that maybe, the best screen and roll that you've set, at WSU?
Sure. I just been feeling springy lately. So I just went up, finished strong as I can. Hey, I'm right in the hallway.
And what could this win, mean for the program finally getting past Cincinnati and, after they've had some really heartbreaking wins against y'all recently? What does that mean for you guys?
Yeah, since I've been here, we haven't beat them. So I was telling the guys before the game, we got to get this one. This at home. It's our first conference home game of the year. So we haven't beat them yet. So we might as well just go grab this one on the road. At home. Take it to them.
it looked like, to start the game, kind of a rough start for everyone and for you. And what did Coach IB or what were they saying to you on the bench? Because, obviously when you came back in, I thought your level really improved and you obviously ended up with a great game. So how did you kind of bounce back from that start?
I kind of just, he kind of got on me a little bit, being too casual. So I just stepped it up. I take care of business.
You probably knew that they had shifted towards that smaller lineup, especially when they didn't have the 7-footer on you. Was that kind of a point of emphasis for you? Like, hey, I got to, make them pay for putting somebody smaller on me?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was kind of the emphasis to start the game that they go small. We're going to take it to them inside. They go big, just face them up and just put them in foul trouble.
How impressive was Ricky Council today, and just as a freshman being able to do what he did against a conference opponent?
Yeah, Ricky, man, practice, goes hard every day. Stubborn, but he's been waiting for this breakout game. So crazy second jump off the floor, craziest second jump I've ever seen, and very bouncy, very springy. He's gonna be good.
And I'm sure you're at the rim defending a lot of those in practice. It looks like, he's really finishing well at the rim, finishing through contact, especially for a freshman. What makes him different than most freshmen?
I feel like he's just fearless, and it's his ego, his confidence is just 100 all the time. He has that you can't tell him nothing mentality that you can't bring him down. So and that goes a long way. Confidence goes a long way in basketball. So every day he's just he's always on 10, so I love it.
Any other questions for Morris? Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Isaac's on his way in.
Opening statement.
Yeah, Coach, we'll get an opening statement from you, and then.
Hey, I don't see myself on here. Oh, yes, I do. My bad. Hey, we started out a little slow tonight. The first couple possessions, we didn't have any movement. Everybody was standing. We got off to a bad start. I think both teams were a little lethargic to start the game. We kept defending at a high level, though. We held them to, I think, 26, 29 points at the half. I felt like that defense was good enough, but we needed to get better offensively. We had a couple of substitutions in the game in the second half. We had Clarence Jackson, who came up big in the first half with a lot of rebounds. He got the energy going. Josephat came in the game. He got a couple offensive rebounds, made a jump hook. Ricky Council in the second half, he just started going. He made some big plays, and we got Tyson Etienne a couple of shots late. We made some key free throws, and I felt like our 75 back to 2 defense kind of slowed them down and made them kind of slow up a little bit on offense.
And just how special was Ricky today? I kind of mentioned it, just him being able to fly around, do everything, especially as a freshman, to do what he did against a conference opponent.
The kid has a lot of confidence. He's been doing that all summer long. He just had to learn the system, and I'm just staying on him so much about defending, rebounding, operating our system, and he did a better job of defending tonight, and he was able to stay on the floor. He is so great when he gets to the basket at finishing layups. It's big time the way he can get to the rim and finish. He has a lot of confidence, and he's going to get better and better.
And then for you guys as a program to kind of get Cincinnati back after, they've had some close wins against y'all and heartbreaking wins. What does that mean for you guys to snap that 6-game losing streak against them?
It felt really good. I told the guys that since we joined the AAC, we hadn't beat them since 2017 when Landry Shamet was here in Cincinnati. We lost 2 games last year, heartbreakers. The year before that, we lost to them 3 times. And I told those guys, this is your opportunity to put your name in the record books, to be the first team to beat Cincinnati in Wichita, and they finally did it.
You mentioned Ricky's finishing ability, especially for a freshman too. I mean, we've seen the last 2 years, you guys have played a lot of freshmen, and they've struggled to finish at the rim. What makes Ricky different from a lot of freshmen? And just is it just that big body, or obviously he has athleticism, but what else is it about him that makes him such a good finisher?
I think number one, like you said, he's a big, strong kid. The athleticism helps, but he just got confidence. Like he feel like he as good as anybody on the court. And I have to bring him down to earth sometime. I'm probably slowing him down a little too much, but I just want to make sure he's defending at a high level, rebounding at a high level, and executing. But once he gets to the rim, he is amazing. I'm always amazed on the sideline the way that he can make layups.
What impressed you with how Mo responded? Obviously, a really kind of a rough start for him that first 4 minutes. Then he ends up with a really good game. So what turned around after that first little stint for Mo?
You know what I liked about Mo? In the first half, he got off to a slow start. I called timeout, and I went at him hard, telling him, look, you're not playing the right way. And he gave me a little look, and I said, Mo, you're not playing the right way. You're not playing with a motor. You're not playing with energy. When he went in the second half, I felt like he took the game over. He made some big baskets inside, and that helped open up our offense by him scoring the ball. He was able to make some free throws, and he just bounced back really well. He did a great job of fighting with the big kid in the post void. I know he got some offensive rebounds, but I felt like we needed some scoring in the paint. We've been relying on our guards to, dribble drive, make threes. It helps when you can start scoring from the inside out.
And
I feel like I'm talking so loud, like they don't hear me.
No, you're good. And against Houston, one of the issues was that you guys, when you weren't making shots, you struggled on defense, and that kind of affected that. And today, it was the opposite. When you guys weren't able to hit shots, the defense was still really good. Was that just a testament to the team responding to the coaching over the last few days?
You know what? I told those guys since I've been here in my 7 years, 6, 7 years, the teams that win and why those teams were so successful, when they wasn't scoring the basketball, they still defended at a high level, they still rebounded at a high level, and they had toughness to pull those games out. It's going to be nice where you can't make shots, but you got to keep defending. You can't let your offense affect your defense. And I felt like at Houston, we had a couple turnovers and we didn't defend at a high level like we needed to.
How much did the bench, especially the first half, how much did the bench help, save this game where, the starters weren't really, shooting the ball well, scoring well? How big was the bench?
I think the bench was huge for us today. Our bench is really good. We got Clarence Jackson come off the bench, providing a lot of energy. We got Ricky coming off, providing a lot of scoring. We got Joseph and Isaiah coming off and just rebounding, finishing plays, and they just bring a lot of energy. We can go to the bench. When the starters are not playing well, we have confidence that we can go to those guys and win games as well.
Hey, Isaac, you've got 3 guards that you, I guess, have a lot of confidence in handling the ball. Craig Porter played some important minutes. Having those 3 guys that can all do that for you, how's that help?
It helps out a lot. Like we try to start every game in motion. And motion is our offense where we move the ball. You don't really dribble. You move it, set a lot of back screens. And we got a little lethargic and we wasn't moving like we wanted to. So when we sub and we go with, Porter, we go to Ricky Council, and we got a bunch of guys out there can handle the ball. We start going to our dribble drive. And dribble drive has been good for me. At times, they're going to make some mistakes. At times, it's going to look like they're playing one-on-one. But what it does, it helps us get in the bonus. And I felt like we getting in the bonus before all the teams we play because of the dribble drive. And that's because we got 4 guys on the floor that can handle the ball at one time.
And that run where you guys it was like an 8-minute stretch where you guys outscored them 24-7, really opened up the game in the second half. I mean, you guys are locked in a back and forth battle, and then all of a sudden you look up and Ricky Council's dunking, and you guys are up 10 or something like that. What was that like? Did it feel sudden in the moment, or what was it like to look up and see like, wow, we're up 10 now?
It felt good to see we were up 10, but I think it happened because we started defending and we started getting out in transition. I think we had 28 points off of turnovers, and that was because we were defending and we didn't have to go against a set defense. If you can play a team and not have to go against a set defense, you got a good chance of winning. And we were able to get out in transition and, get some easy baskets. And once you start seeing it go through the rim, you start making free throws, and that's when Tyson stepped up and made 2 big threes for us as well.
Everybody good?
Taylor, no questions today?
I can ask a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just what would you say you learned the most about of your team this game? You got me on the spot, so it'll be a basic one, but just what was your biggest takeaway?
I would say the biggest thing I keep saying about this team is the leadership. Early on in the game, I had to get on some guys about not playing the right way, not playing shocker basketball. And when I tell them something, I don't have to say it twice because the other guys start coming at them. And I think that's why we're winning, because we got such good leadership from our older guys like Dexter Dennis, Trey Wade, Morris Udeze. All those guys are leaders on the floor, and I think it helps all our young guys.
Thank you.
That's it. All right. Happy New Year. Take care.